What's up, guys? 19.4 is here, and it's a doozy. "19.4 is a workout that's for time on a 12-minute time cap. You complete 3 rounds of 10 power snatches at 95 pounds for guys, 65 for ladies, 12 bar-facing burpees. When you finish with that, you must rest 3 minutes, and then in the remaining time, you try to finish 3 rounds of 10 bar muscle-ups, 12 bar-facing burpees. If you don't finish, you just record how many reps you got through, including your tie break time of when you finish the first 3 rounds. This workout looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that it really will test on who's been doing burpees and who's been practicing their bar cycling and snatches and Olympic lifting. It'll be fun. It'll be a good test. It's definitely going to be a burner. So first thing you got to do is make sure that you warm up well. We got to get the body hot, just like the previous couple workouts. We got to get the body warmed up before we start the workout. You don't want to jump into this workout and have to try to learn or have to try to teach your body to cool down or control heart rate. Get that thing spiked up, get your body sweating, and get moving. You can do that with like a 1,000-meter bike or a 400-meter run, and then come in and go through some dynamic work, like some leg swings, some toe touches, something to get the body ready and prepped dynamically. Then run through a little warm-up, like do some dumbbell snatches. I think dumbbell snatches is a great warm-up for this. It kind of gets a movement pattern, unilateral work, get everything going. Do some band pull-aparts, maybe get the band, work on some high pull and turnovers, just to get your body prepped for that as well, while also getting the shoulder warmed up. Band pull-aparts are great as well. And then maybe just some push-ups. You're going to do a lot of burpees today, so make sure those muscles are fired up. Once we have that, we want to try to start stretching out our upper body. So take the band, let's do the lat stretch. We did it last week. Let's do it this week as well. Take your hands, put it through a band, lean over. Roll those lats out, get everything nice and loose. When we're jumping into these bar muscle-ups, we want to be able to pull ourselves from fall forward and push away with our lats. So make sure maybe we can get the bully stretch in there with the band, trying to loosen out the front of the shoulders. Then we're talking about hips and hamstrings. We want to make sure the glutes and hamstrings are nice and warmed up. Maybe we're using the band to do that, but we're also going to spend some time stretching our hamstrings. Not only bending over for the snatch, but popping up on the burpees. If you have some nice, long, limber hamstrings, you'll be able to get in a better position on both of those. Before we actually start the workout, it wouldn't be a bad idea, obviously, to do some cycling of the barbell at the weight that you're going to do. But another good idea is to get your CNS prepped for the snatching by warming up to about 75% of your max snatch in a power snatch. That'll kind of get the body prepped and ready to go. Think of it like putting a weight vest on, running 400 meters, taking the vest off, and then running a mile. Same type of thing. It'll get your body ready to go. When you pick up that first snatch at 95 pounds, it'll feel really light. Go through the rest of the workout. Burpees, maybe do a bar muscle up or 2. Don't spend too much time on the bar. Maybe put a band on the bar and try doing a couple bar muscle ups with the band just to get the movement pattern down and get your body prep at pulling without doing a whole bunch of stressing on the upper body. The first movement that we got to do is snatches. Here's a couple tips as far as setup goes to kind of shorten the range of motion. Set your feet a little bit wider. Get your body in the landing stance so where you don't have to move from jumping to landing every time. It'll save with you on energy. Any jumping is going to cost energy. So if we can limit the jumping on the snatches, we'll save a little energy. Bring your hands in a little bit closer. That way you don't have to bend over as far. The closer your hands are, the less you have to bend over. If you're not very good at getting a quick snappy turnover, you may not want to cheat in too far because then you're going to be doing a lot of pressing out and that's going to wear on the shoulder. Use the hook grip. The hook grip is going to save your grip. If you have to do bar muscle ups later and you don't have any grip, you're going to have a very hard time. Hook grip, if you feel like your grip's starting to go but you only have 2 or 3 reps, maybe just flash the hook grip at the top just to kind of release some of that tension in your forearms. Brush the bar on your thighs. By making a little contact on your thighs, you're going to increase the bar speed and make it a little bit easier to get the bar overhead. Be careful though. If you start swinging that bar around because you're putting too much thighs into the bar, you're actually causing yourself to do more work, and over 30 reps, an extra 6 inches goes a long way. Burpees. This is something that we probably do weekly in every CrossFit gym, so you should be pretty familiar with it and know the pace that you need to go. Depending on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to get the best tie break time in your gym, you're going to have to go a little bit faster than you usually like to, but most of us have a pace that we like to stay on. The biggest piece of advice that I can give somebody on burpees is let gravity do the work pulling you down. I see people step back or kind of control themselves or crawl down to the ground. Don't do that. Just plop down. Make sure your arms are extended a little bit so you don't hit your face, but just plop to the ground. And then getting back up, you can take your time. But there's no reason to go to the ground slow when gravity can just pull you down. Whenever you're getting up, most of us probably just need a step. There's no rule about jumping up this year, so make sure you step. But when you step, take a big step to the bar. Don't just do a little half step where you have to do another step to get to the bar. Push up enough and get that foot up close enough to the bar where you just bring the other one up, jump off both feet, get to the other side. If we're a little bit more conditioned, remember I said earlier, jumping takes a lot out. So jumping your feet back, jumping your feet up, jumping over the bar, that's a lot of energy exertion. But if you could kind of torque your body to the side and kind of step up, hop up, sideways, step up, jump thing, right? That's going to get you close to the bar faster and get you over the bar quick. Then when you jump over, do a little quarter turn. That kind of gets you prepped to just plop down on the next one. If you can kind of pop up and turn and jump over and turn, you're going to move a little bit faster without having to use too much energy like jumping feet back, jumping feet up, jumping over, turning, and repeating. Last little thing, make sure that you're far enough back from the bar every single time. If you have to mark where your hands need to go with either handprints from the chalk or X's, do it. Put it there, make sure that your face isn't going to hit the bar. If you're too far from the bar, even if you pop up your feet all the way close to your hands and you have to take a step to the bar to jump over, you're wasting time. Make sure you're falling down on the right spot every single time to get you close to the bar so you can move a little bit quicker. Sometimes cutting down on some of these transitions or these movement patterns can actually be more beneficial to your workout than actually having the capacity to do them. So make sure you're setting up the burpees correctly so that way you can get through all of these very, very efficiently. On the bar muscle-ups and the scaled pull-ups, most of us are just trying to get one or a couple. If you're good at pull-ups, then you should be fine if you're scaling it. If you're good at bar muscle-ups, it's just about managing the sets, right? We don't want to do too big of sets on bar muscle-ups because then we'll just be stuck looking at the bar because we can't get over the top. I think singles for most people are going to be the way to go. I did a video on it. I'll link it on how to set up to get your first bar muscle-up or to continue to get singles on bar muscle-up. It's pretty quick. It kind of breaks it down. I did it on Coach's Eye, so it kind of has arrows and explains it a little bit better than I could do in a tip video like this. The main thing is jump to the bar, get a big kip, pull yourself into a big arch position, push away and bring your hips up, do a big sit-up to get over. I think the big sit-up is where most people miss. Once you get up, you have to try to bring your face to your feet. If you can do that, it'll sit you over the top of the bar, you press up. There is some prerequisite strength. If you don't have a certain amount of strength to get up, like if you can't do a couple strict chest to bar pull-ups or you don't understand kipping, you can't do any kipping pull-ups or kipping chest to bar pull-ups, you're going to have a hard time getting your first muscle up. You need to work on getting those other things first before you come around and start swinging on the pull-up bar. It'll also help with making sure that your shoulders stay safe. If you're just jumping in trying to do a bar muscle-up and you chicken wing up, you're going to have an issue. A couple things on bar muscle-ups that may help those that already have them. If you get the big arch and you push away, you're going to allow your body to get a lot of tension in the shoulders and hips to help get you up. So make sure that we're getting a huge arch and pushing away while staying tight through the shoulders. That's really going to launch you around. Remember I talked about jumping. If you jump too much, you're going to exert too much energy. So something I've been doing since probably 2014 is setting up boxes or setting up plates on the outside of the bar. This or outside of my feet or outside of my body to where I can just step up and grab onto the bar and jump into it. If you have a good understanding of how to do a kip, this is good. If you don't have a good understanding of how to do the kip, you're going to need to jump so you can build momentum. But not jumping and doing 10 jumping singles compared to not jumping and doing 10 singles, you'll be a lot more fresh so you can get through those burpees and get back to the pull-up bar to try more bar muscle up. The other thing I can give as far as tips is wear grips. If you're pretty good at bar muscle ups, don't put the grips on your fingers. Lay them, let them flap over the top. Try to get the bar as close to your hand, the bottom of your hand as you can. Reason being is that on a bar muscle up, your hand actually has to slide around. So if you're not using grips and you don't let go of the bar, you're not going to get a bar muscle up. You're just going to do a really big chest to bar pull up and you're going to get hung up there. If you put the grips on your fingers and you lose a little lap, the little flap over the bar like you're supposed to on pull-ups and toes to bar, well, you're going to have a hard time turning around the bar as well. So getting those grips all the way up and then putting your thumb around on top of the grip is huge. That will allow the grip to slide with your hand so you can move over the bar. But that grip, that thumb on top of the grip will give you a little bit more assistance. So if you're like me and you struggle with holding onto the pull-up bar, this will help you get those few extra reps that may lower your time on your finish or allow you to finish or get more bar muscle up. Some basic strategy on this workout. I think on the snatches, if this is, if you have a 185-pound snatch or 125-pound snatch for ladies, you probably can do these touch and go all 10. And depending on your capacity will depend on how much you need to break those up. But you have the ability or the strength to do all 10. If maybe you don't have the technique to snatch 185 pounds or 125 pounds, but you're strong, you may also be able to do that. For most of us, we're going to have to figure out a breaking pattern, whether it's 3s or 5s or 6-4, whatever you need to do. But you're going to have to think of that early, and you're going to have to test it out. But be okay with changing it. Don't just stick to 6-4 and then have these big long breaks because you're like, I'm doing 6-4. If you do 6-4 on the first one, you do the burpees, you get back, you're like, I can't do 6-4. Instead of taking a longer break to try to do 6, just pick it up and do 3. Put it down. Pick it up, do 3. Put it down. If the snatch is very heavy for us, we need to do singles. But a lot of times I see people do singles and they're chasing the bar all over the place. Make sure after you do the finish part of the lift that you actively drop it down to your feet so you can just bend over and grab it again. If you watch Rich Froning's 19.2 video, he did that perfectly. He finished every clean and he dropped it right over his feet. He kind of just did this little shrug breath and he picked it right back up. That is a great strategy for singles. You can move very fast and it'll save you. If you're a burpee fanatic, you might be able to do singles on snatches and push the burpees. You're going to get a 3-minute break, so it's okay to push a little bit. On the burpees, never stop moving. There's no point in not moving. If you need to crawl down, crawl up, do it. But never, ever, ever stop moving. Keep moving. Just move slower. On that last set of burpees, empty the tank. That tie break is big. Jump over, jump over, jump over, jump over. Whatever you need to do, make it happen. Don't stop on the burpees. It's just silly. Just stay moving. I know it's tough, but stay moving. And then whenever you finish the burpees, no matter what, just pick the bar up and go. Even if you're not doing as many as you were, just pick the bar up and go. Getting that first snatch out of the way is big on staying moving. That's my 19.4 tips. Give that a shot. I hope they work. Should help you improve a little bit, whether it's your first try or second try. Give it a go. Make it happen. Good luck.